If you clicked on this video, I bet you wonder how those experienced musicians read unfamiliar music so fast. Some people think it's just talent, and that's what I hear most of the time. Well, yeah, she is just talented. While being able to see and hear is a gift from above, reading music is not in any way a talent and can easily be learned if you learn the proper way. This channel is for you if you're my student, if you want to learn music from scratch, help your child learn, or you're a music teacher yourself.
Basic to advanced topics covered, fresh content every week.
So if you're new, consider subscribing. You're watching the third lesson of this music theory crash course, where we will continue to discuss the basics of music notation. Last time we learned the treble, bass, and grand staffs. So if you missed it, or just need to refresh those concepts, I recommend you to pause this video. You might want to go back and watch the previous lesson and then come back. I will leave the link to it in the video description for you. By the end of this video, you will learn ledger lines, octaves, and my best method to read notes fast. Stay with me till the end of this video to get a freebie and see me practicing music flashcards while demonstrating the exact thought process, so that you can also learn how to read music fast. Okay, let's dive into today's topic. Last time we explored the grand staff and figured out where the notes of the grand staff are located on the piano. Notice how there was a gap where I did not play any notes as we reached boundaries of the staff. To extend the range of the staff, we need additional lines, ledger lines. Just like we were going up starting on G of the bass staff, line, space, we continue on with the help of ledger lines. After the fifth line A, we have B, C, and D. To play these same exact notes with the right hand, we have to extend down from B of the treble staff. This is how same B, C, and D look like when written both on the bass and treble staffs. Now we have already a pretty decent range of the keyboard to play most of the musical pieces. Ultimately, we want to expand the range even more. Remember, we have 88 white and black keys on the piano, and our goal is to eventually explore them all. There can be more than one ledger line. On the treble staff, the next higher notes after the fifth line F are G, A, B, and C. The next lower notes after G of bass clef are F, E, D, and C. Follow me as I'm playing all the notes that we've learned so far. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, 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 C, D. On the piano, practice playing notes up and down while also naming them aloud. Do that a few times a day to memorize them better. It is a good idea to practice naming notes in the descending order a little more, because you have probably not used to have the alphabet sounds backwards. Remember our first lesson in this crash course where we located C from the left of 2 black keys and F from the left of 3 black keys? As you are playing, point it out to yourself. When we play consecutive notes up or down on the piano, on the staff, they would appear on the lines and spaces taking turns, like that. Line, space, line, space. G is on the line, A A is in the space, B is on the line, C is in the space. One good exercise towards how to read music faster is practicing skipping keys on the piano and on the staff. We should also name them out loud as we play. Line, 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 line. When I skip notes on the piano, on the staff they would be written on the lines only, or in the spaces only, like this. Space, 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 or line, 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 line. Recognizing skips and steps on the keyboard and on the staff is one major step towards reading music faster. By now, you will realize that keys on the piano make up repetitive patterns that are easy to recognize. One pattern is a set of 12 keys, 7 white keys and 5 black keys, which are positioned from C to another closest C. Each set is called an octave. This pattern repeats 8 times throughout the keyboard, so technically there are 8 octaves. The amount of octaves, though, varies on the type of piano or whether it is a keyboard with less than 88 keys. On the piano that you have, try to find the middle of the keyboard and locate the closest C. The legal name of this C is the middle C, simply because it resides in the middle of the keyboard. This C belongs to the 4th octave of the keyboard, therefore we call it C4. When sight reading music, it is crucial to understand which octave you should play in. For example, listen to the part of this lovely musical piece called Lullaby. Let's say you mistakenly started to play a few octaves slower, just like my students sometimes do when they are stressing out during the recital. This sounds threatening. I wouldn't fall asleep to this kind of lullaby. It obviously to convey the initial message, sleep sweetly. Long story short, this is important that you read music correctly. Therefore, I have my students practice flashcards and pass flashcards quizzes from time to time. 4 things they and you should provide for the answer to be considered correct are: name the note, play the note of the correct octave, name that octave index, meaning whether that's a 3rd or 4th octave, and have a good posture at the piano and rounded head position. Make sure to do the same. Ask your friend or family member to quiz you. If you want to have more fun with it, time yourself. On average, I time my students by 10 seconds per answer, meaning if it's more than 10 seconds, it's a minus. I'm using the Alfred's flashcards. They are color-coded, sturdy, and fun to use, but you don't have to buy fancy cards. In this video description, I placed the link for you to download a free PDF with practice assignments and flashcards. Just print out and cut them as directed. Write the answer of the back side of each one lightly with a pencil and you're good to go. I'm very curious where you are on your music journey. Knowing that, I would be able to serve you better. Through the same link, you'll find the quiz template. Follow directions, set your realistic time limit, whether that's 10 seconds or 2 minutes per answer. In the comment section below, tell me what that limit is and how many correct answers you got. There is no shame in doing so. We've all been there at some point of time. If you got lost watching this video, please tell me where that part was. I'm gathering questions that are on point for our future Q&A video, so you might actually see the screen of your comment and get your question answered. But before you go practice notes, let me act as I am a student who does that. 4th line of the bass clef. First line is G, 1, 2, 3, 4, F, F3. Also, you can remember it by knowing that this is a bass clef, meaning clef F. A bass clef hangs on the 4th line of the bass staff, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the third space of the bass staff. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. E. I can also recall this note by knowing where my fourth line is and what note sits on the fourth line of the bass clef. I know that my bass clef is also called clef F because it hangs on the fourth line of the bass staff. That's why the fourth line is gonna be F. One step below F is E. First line of the treble clef is E. This note is located at the first ledger line below the staff. I should probably skip down. Okay, this is C, the middle C. This is F. How I know it? I know my 5 lines visually. This note is located between the first and the second line. That is why it is F. I also know it's F because it's from the left of 3 black keys. I know that my treble clef is also called clef G because it spirals around the second line, which is G. This note is right below the second line, F. I also know it's F because it's located from the left of 3 black keys. I know my first line of the treble clef, which is E. Let me just count up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 lines, 5 lines of the staff and 2 extra lines, which are ledger lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. C. I also know it's C because it is located from the left of 2 black keys. C6. I remember the acronym FACE, face, E5. Notice it's a bass clef. I know my first line in the bass clef, which is G. There are 2 ledger lines. Let's skip down twice. C. I also know it's C because it's located from the left of 2 black keys. C2. A3. I should probably just remember my 5th line because it's easier to count from the 5th line. I remember the acronym Good boys do fine always. If I forget my 5 lines or the acronym, I know that this is the bass clef. The bass clef is also called clef F. The note on the 4th line of the bass clef is F. If I skip up from the 4th line to the 5th one, I will get to A. Treble clef, ledger line above the staff. I can count up starting on E because I remember my E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one more. A. A5. I should probably just remember my 5th line of the treble clef, which is F, because it's easier to count from the 5th line instead of the 1st line. C3. How I know this? I know all cows eat grass. Cows. C. If I forget my spaces, I probably remember my lines of the bass clef. G, B, D, F, A. Good boys do fine always. This note is located between the 2nd and the 3rd line. I know this is C because it's located from the left of 2 black keys. D3. Let's count up the lines. 1, 2, 3. My first line is G. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there are 2 good ways to find this note on the piano. I know it's G3 because I know my bass clef. The note on the 4th line of the bass staff is F. This note is located only one step above F. That's how I know it's G. The other way is just remembering A, the fifth line. Good boys do fine always. A. This note is located just below A. I know it's B3. How I know this? I remember my fifth line, which is A. This note just lays on the fifth line, like on the plate. G, skip up B. F. A, C. Middle C, a note higher, D. Okay, I know my fifth line is A. Two more, 1, 2, E. My first line of the treble clef is E. Two more down, C, A. Okay, E, G, B, D, F. One more A, and this one is just right here, B. Hopefully you like this method and will never be finding notes the long way. Next time we will discover the concept of timing in music, note values, and organization. If all this seems difficult, I want to ensure you that this is just a matter of practice. Make sure to take advantage of the free materials I've got for you. Practice these concepts this week, and by the next week you will read music much better. Replay each video as many times as you need and take notes. This music theory crash course has sequential videos. It's a good idea to print out every worksheet and place them in a folder, so you can keep track of your progress. You can always ask me for a clarification in the comment section below, and I will do my best to answer you, or just tell me if this lesson was helpful. If you like this video, please give it a like, share this video with your friends, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell sign for notifications. Your online music teacher is not simply a YouTube channel, but the community where your opinion matters. Thank you for taking your time to watch this third tutorial on how to read music. I will read your comments and see you in the next video right here.